a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. We don't trust them, they don't trust us. We don't trust each other, conflict is a must. We got war abroad, we got war at home. Paranoid people packing guns like cell phones. Need inspiration, rise up to hold it down. Sick of seeing young bodies laying on the ground. We got to organize like they used to do. You wanna make it beautiful, you gotta stay true. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. I know good people, lives in the right lane, say the right thing, manage life and maintain. They dream every night, they pray every day, they build for the future and live for the day. The world is full of possibilities, don't accept what you are, cause that's all that you see. Elevate your spirit, liberate your mind, your life's transformation will come in due time. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. I'm not saying that it's easy, I'm not saying that it's hard, but I know you can make it if you believe in God. Make something out of nothing, be the best that you are, and you can make life so beautiful, life so beautiful. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. To escape this madness, lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something, like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy love. Say, say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. Said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy. Say, take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Oh, please, don't you rock my boat. 'Cause I don't want my boat to be rocking. Oh, please, don't you rock my boat. No, no, 'cause I don't want my boat.
WIIFTBPM.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't
Hey, what's happening out there with the media audience? It is the green side of things. It's your man Sadiq.
And I'm Cassiopeia.
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening? How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. You know what I'm really excited about?
What's that?
Is that we got a PA in the room with us today.
Oh,
we got an intern.
okay. We got an intern. Do you want to tell the people who the intern is there today?
He's working the board.
He working the heck out of the boards, ain't he? Want to tell the people who the intern is?
We got intern Tenille Jackson working the boards for us. We are so grateful that we can get, help. And he came all the way out to help us. He's learning really well.
He is. He's doing
he's
well.
On top of it.
And I love it because the jokes. So he's storing it all right now. It's definitely a story going on. We'll tune in Thursday and be like, the green side of things was in this spot.
I love it.
What's happening, people? I'm well. Cassie, what's going on?
Oh man, super excited. Last night was an honor.
Yeah, you got to talk to the chairman and his mom, right?
Chairman Fred and
yeah, Mama Kua
and Jerry. Talking about Judas and the Black Messiah and the revolution, and that they're continuing a movement with the Black Panther Party Cubs. So yeah, we're gonna have to get them this way as well. I know that's your boys too. So
yeah, absolutely. I was glad to see it. So hey Sabrina, what's happening out there? We appreciate you. We got to remind everybody, come on around the lunch table with us. We need you to like,
comment,
and share.
everything.
Yeah, do it right now, please, so we can have this discussion. We got a great discussion for you guys today.
Yeah.
You know, just a point of awareness. We got a great guest, and just excited about it. You know, just excited about it. And we are moving into March.
Yes,
We're
because
we're moving into March, so it's a lot going on.
and March is really special. Maze, why is it intern Maze? Why is March so special?
I don't know. It ain't oh, shucks. I said no.
Yeah, not during this hour. So it is Women's History Month.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's Women's History Month.
And
So
you're
happy
welcome.
Women's History Month,
Thank
Cassiopeia.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
know,
you're
such
welcome.
a balance. Thank you. Thank you for me being welcome.
For
And thank
if
you.
we weren't here,
Uh-huh.
y'all black asses wouldn't be here neither.
I guess you got a point. But isn't that
Somebody
like
pushed you out.
I agree with that. But isn't that like the chicken and the egg argument?
No.
Doesn't it take two to
No. It's called
no.
Mother Earth.
Mother Earth? Okay. All right.
Mother Africa.
What's the father?
Somebody's baby daddy.
Somebody's baby daddy.
I'm kidding.
No, it's okay. I get it. It's all regal
love y'all.
when it gets like
We love
Mother
y'all.
Earth, but you know, it's like somebody baby daddy
Well, you
in the
know,
universe.
the son is the father.
Okay.
Like
I
literally,
mean, I'll go with that.
son. Like, you know, that's a male.
I'll go with
entity
all of
more
that.
in most cultures, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually the balance. It takes the balance.
It is. It does.
Yeah. The yin,
It does.
the yang.
I think the sky is a
Zakar, Nikki
male.
Vaughn.
It's a male energy.
I got
Yeah.
it. I got it. So happy Women's History Month. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
March, where spring is coming. People losing their minds because it got up to 50 degrees.
Listen, losing their
minds. Like-
Listen, when you've had negative 30-degree weather, and you got ice everywhere,
Right.
It
It's like a
gets to be
60-degree shift.
30, 40, 50 degrees. You like, who is hot? It's summertime shy already. Here.
I know,
so,
right?
You know, you get super excited. You know, white people start going crazy. They put on their shorts and flip flops.
I love it. They did it too. I saw it. Did you see it, Ron? No, it happened for real. It was shorts and flip flops happening
They
the last
burning up.
last 3 days. They were like, "Oh my god," because I don't want to buy into stereotypes, but it's true. They are cold weather people. So as soon as it hits like 50,
that
they're
makes
like,
sense.
"It's burning up." It's so hot.
Somebody turned off the heat.
understand?
They shut their heat off in their house.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's
Done. Don't you dare hit that thermostat no more.
not at all. So we gotta move right into this one. Quick shout out. What's happening with the Black Mall? Talk to us.
Man, you know, as always, like I said, it's cooking, guys. I want y'all to be prepared. And April is going down
Okay.
with the Black Mall.
We can't tell them yet, though, right?
We
I'm
can't
excited.
tell 'em.
We can't tell them yet.
We can't tell them, but it's
Okay.
it's going down.
Okay.
With the Black Mall, I want y'all to get y'all. You know, I want you to be ready on your toes because it's gonna hit hard, and we're super super excited. And I think I said it last week. I think Shark Tank reached back out to us.
Yeah, we said it last week
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah,
I'm looking
so-
forward to all of it because I asked, could I
Yeah.
sit in the audience, but probably not.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be entering that FedEx competition too for that 50K.
Oh, I
So
love it.
yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to get prepared to vote.
I love it. I'm
So we
a
can win
vote,
that.
and I'm sticking close too because I want lunch.
We win that 50K. You got a
That's
lunch.
what I'm talking about. A lunch. Yeah, that's right. You see that?
A
All
lunch.
the work I put in, I get a
A
lunch.
lunch sponsored by Soul Vegan.
Right.
That's what in good business. You spend other people's money.
That's true.
That's
true.
how you do.
That's
when
what
you got-
banking and loans is. That's what it's all
They
about.
spending your money right now.
That's
That's
what it's
the
all
bank
about.
is doing with. They are spending your money. Please know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
So
no
we're getting
problems.
ready. We're retooling. Want to thank everybody from the Plant Based African. Want to thank you for the January Jump Off. We want to thank you
Yes.
for Black History Month Meatless. We are doing, man, we got people inboxing us. We're doing individual clients in March. So we will still guide you through the process, but we're building up for
April.
We're building up for April to do
Mm-hmm.
another large group. And so April is going to be Animal Free April.
I like that.
You like that? You
I
like Animal-Free
that.
April?
I approve.
You approve of that?
I approve.
Okay, well,
Me and Sadiq be going back and forth on these
on the
titles
names,
for these
and she'd be like,
months.
Sadiq, that's horrible. Brother McIntosh, what's happening? It's great to see you out there. Shout out. Yeah.
What up, Ron? Oh,
Yeah. Sister K is out there.
nice. Keep bringing.
Come on
people
in, guys.
room.
Come on in.
Hey.
Like, comment, share. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
not rhetoric. Really do it.
Yeah, do it. This is an important conversation today. We're going to talk about. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about Bill Gates a little bit, a lot bit. We're going to
That
talk
guy.
about organic farming, and we're going to talk about urban farming and how you can actually use your yard, your porch. We started this conversation
Yes.
last year.
Yeah.
But we gotta not be disease victims.
Are you a disease victim?
I am not a disease victim.
Ron, are you a disease victim?
What is a disease?
So to me, a disease victim is
You're perfect.
we mad at the wrong stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's a F
Keep
you
going.
campaign for everything.
Yeah.
F this, F that. But I mean, we don't know what we're eating,
Yeah.
why we're eating it,
Yeah.
where it comes from. You know, and then once the body is being attacked at so many levels, and then we get mad.
Let me get a little more layman for the people out here, because Sadiq wants to make sure that there's nobody being offended, which
Right.
I get.
Yes.
So I'm gonna see if I can say this well. You abuse your body
Right.
by eating a bunch of crap
Right.
daily. You eating the eggs, you eating pork, you
Right.
eating starchy foods daily.
Daily. And
Right.
I'm not even talking about the vegan thing. I'm talking about
Just-
inside of whatever it is
Yeah,
you eating.
you're eating bad. You're not getting enough vegetables.
None
You're
of
not eating anything lean.
Processed
You're not
food.
anything organic. You're not anything whole.
Nothing.
It's hot links and fries.
Hot links,
on
fries,
a daily. You're not
chips.
getting look at
Look at-
intern Mays over here. You know, raising the roof. And then if something really traumatic happens to you, you get cancer,
Right.
or you get some virus.
Or the number one issue,
Heart disease.
heart disease, but I'm gonna say the number one issue under COVID deaths is what they call underlying causes. But you
Underlying,
did all
yeah.
the underlying causes, right?
Yeah.
So diabetes, heart disease, obesity is one of the number one problems in America. Americans don't eat fiber. I mean, I could just go
Yeah.
on and on down the list.
Yeah.
But now you mad at,
You're mad at
we mad at the wrong stuff.
yeah.
We mad at the wrong stuff. And that's a hard conversation to have,
is,
right?
It is. So right, or it's like what ends up happening is that disease that you ended up catching, which really wasn't the main issue, it catches all the blame.
It catches all the blame.
Because
You
we're
don't
not-
get none.
We're gonna ignore the 30 plus years
Yeah,
that you've been
G.
putting shit in your body.
Right. So now you a disease victim.
That's
we-
a disease victim.
We're not gonna have that on the green side. You got to go
You gotta
somewhere else
run.
and be a
Does that make
disease
sense?
victim. So we definitely need, you to kind of pay attention to this conversation today, because I'm tired of being a disease victim.
I kind of want to go back to that fiber piece.
Okay.
Because Black people and using our moment, we got a weird relationship with that. Like, people will say, like, if you give them, hey Jazzy, if you give them some food and they know it's something that's gonna make them like boo boo, they be like, this gonna have me on the toilet. You should be going to the bathroom.
All the time.
It should come out.
All the time.
If it's not coming out, there's an issue.
But you know why,
are
right?
a walking disease.
Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know why? And
So
you picked out. No. Just speaking of the fiber,
Yeah.
you know there is zero fiber in animal foods.
Yikes.
There's no fiber.
Damn.
So if you eat a meal where there's no veggies,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have a burger or an Italian sausage, and you got white bread, and there is no fiber.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really sensitive to that piece, to the having a fibrous diet, because I've eaten meat, and I'm veganish, but I'm not an overload on meat at all. But after I had my son, MJ, 12 years ago, I ended up having something. I was severely impacted. Right? And I looked just like this. right? And I remember I ended up, and I didn't know it was wrong. I thought I had the flu for like a month, and I couldn't shake it, and I know what was going on. And so, luckily, having friends that can help and lead you and say, hey, they were like, go to see Mama Camilla from Good Foods.
Mm-hmm.
She does colonics. And then when she did the colonic for me, she said, you literally have 3 months worth of shit in your body. And she said, and I don't understand it because your stomach is flat. And it was just like, but that means that all of that is pushing up in every other aspect of my internal organs.
Yes, and it's a bed for disease.
It's a bed. So what I thought was the flu was literally just toxic waste
in your system.
Living in my system, having a blast. And after I had the colonic and then made sure that, because my issue was white flour. I ate all the pasta. I eat all the bread, all the croissants, all the biscuits, all the fries.
All of it?
All the ham box. I want pig's feet. But I was doing all of that. And so when I switched over to eating, ancient grains and more fibrous foods, like I am so grateful to have a good BM several times a day.
You have to have it. You have to have it. It's real talk, though. It's real talk. So several.
Yeah, it should come straight out. Like
I do 4.
Like your food should when you eat, you should
excited.
go.
I do 4.
You should go like right after it. So like, that means that your system is efficient,
right? And
it's literally all the nutrients are just going straight in, and it's getting rid of all of the extra crap that's not supposed to be there. Right, but we think, I ain't trying to go to the bathroom all day.
Right.
That's what I hear that so often. That gonna have me in the bathroom. It should. It should. If you want to have a good system.
And that's real. And that's what
Renee says I eat the fries too.
Right. That's what we're here to talk about. So Ryan, you get it now. You get what a disease victim is. So we through with, if you all in this audience, we're not disease victims today. We're gonna talk about that. And we coined that term here on the green side. Me and Cassiopeia.
Yes. Not a disease victim.
We're not gonna be disease victims. So you all listen, before we go to break, we're going to be talking with Brother Mark White from the Ridall Partnership. They are the largest urban farm in America, and they are Black-owned.
Come on.
And they do urban farming. They teach urban farming. Matter of fact, I am in a couple of the seminars to get my urban organic farming certificate. So they teach as well. They're a teaching institution, and we're going to talk to them about what's going on in America with this food piece. So we don't have to be disease or food victims.
Now you about to become a certification snob. Lord, today. Let's go to break.
I love it. Well, Black people don't listen to you if you're not certified.
You got that right.
Man, so we got to meet in the middle. We'll see you on the other side.
WIFTBPM. The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
That line between being a genius and insane. God, immortal. Yeah. Every minute I fight with lethargy, striving to be godly with an intelligence quotient that exceeds numerology. Scholar body honorary, school of prophet alum, anthropomorphized lessons so I can become the heartbeat of righteousness. The everyday fight to pump the blood of kings and breathe the breath of life, moving up like confetti. Confederates and Yankee territories in the 17th century. But it's a thin line between divinity and iniquity. The Mason-Dixon hitting and complacent decisions. Can't escape the collision. Time be idle like Billy. Party like a rock star. Fall like that girl that used to endorse Trim Spa or Nirvana's lead vocalist. The clientele of the dream merchant like Mr. Chappelle. People think I'm sick in the mind and leave the comforts of Babylon behind and book flights on airlines to Africa. Traveling the globe, accomplishing goals like Ronaldinho. The victim of a level 12 quake, I rise through the wreckage, repairing brain damage and striving for perfection. Your mind can be your worst antagonist or a true pal, and you shall become legendary and futile. Decisions of a god in training on a daily basis. I nap purposely, trying to escape it. The thin line between the mastermind and the man of the master.
Which one are you after? Welcome back to the green side of things. It's your man Sadiq.
Cassiopeia.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Listen, you all, we need you to like,
Comment.
and share
That thing.
right now. Join us at the lunch table. We are getting ready to dive into this conversation. We've got our brother Mark White, who is with us from the Ridall Partnership in Cleveland, Ohio. They are the largest urban farm in America, and they are Black-owned.
Come on now.
I love that.
Come
They are
through.
Black-owned. They are a teaching facility. And let's make, do we have Brother White in with us?
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
What's happening? What's happening?
Can you
Brother
hear us, Brother White?
Appreciate it. I know it's a little lag on my end in terms of the video, but I'm sure that's probably just par for the course. So it's all good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
How
sound
y'all
great.
doing out there in Chicagoland?
Oh man.
Y'all
we are
getting bit by the
awesome.
hawk or what?
No. It's just we are like 50 degrees warmer than we were like 8 days ago. So
Right.
we are we feeling real
amazing.
good in Chicago. We were just talking about that before you came on. And if you are a non-melanated individual, you were out with your shorts and flip-flops on earlier this week.
Hello. Hey, shout out to Milwaukee, brother Gideon. All right. Thank you for checking in with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. All right. From Milwaukee, we got that. We got some DC folks in. I see California in there. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. So we want to really unfurl this thing today and start talking about organic urban farming, and there's several tentacles, right, that move from that. But I want to start out with, Cassie and I were discussing earlier, I just want the people to see that where our food comes from is something that we need to really be paying attention to. And I know that you're a researcher, and so I'm going to throw this out here. I want to start talking about Bill Gates, right? So everybody knows, I think Bill Gates is like the third richest man in the world, right? Behind the brother from Tesla and somebody else, right? So we got Bill Gates, but here's what most people do not know about Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates is involved in, he's made several what I would call beyond questionable statements concerning world population.
Yeah.
He's made, his company has dug into Africa, and not in a good way, right? Right. And so, but he's also digging into the United States, right? So there's no escaping this Bill Gates, right? So Bill Gates, because we're going to talk about agriculture today, did you know that Bill Gates is the largest farmland owner in America?
That's crazy.
Right. So I'm gonna go through this. So out there with the media audience, Bill Gates is the largest farmland owner in America. He owns more than 240,000 acres of farmland.
I don't even. Yeah.
So you got to get this now. And somebody would say, and this is what I want to get to you when we start talking, Brother White. Like, why would it be important for Bill Gates to buy up farmland? So that's the first thing. But not only that, Bill Gates not only owns almost 250 acres of U.S. farmland, he is also, and I don't know if it's a minority or majority share owner, but he owns 500,000 shares of Monsanto.
Listen, really quickly, Magana watching from YouTube right now says Bill Gates is our Thanos.
Wow.
Listen.
So Bill Gates, aka
Wow.
Thanos,
Right.
owns 242 acres of farmland. He also owns 500,000 shares. If you all don't know, Monsanto is a chemical engineering company that is legally, in some places, has been responsible for the death of thousands of people through Agent Orange. What's the Roundup, which you can go to Home Depot and buy. Yeah,
And the seeds.
And the seeds,
The
and what they call the Terminator seeds, right? Which means that they have a patented on these genetically modified seeds that will not reproduce. They self implode, right? They destroy themselves so that the farmers have to go back and get the seeds from Monsanto, and they literally have to sign contracts. So so Bill Gates owns almost 250 acres, 250,000 acres of American farmland. He is a shareholder to the tune of $23 million, which is 500,000 shares of Monsanto. Monsanto now has an inside guy, and we covered this 3 weeks ago in one of our January series. The main man for Monsanto is now the head of the United States of the USDA. Yeah. He was appointed by Joe Biden right after he came into office.
So now they right. I mean, we've known the USDA and the government has been involved in maintaining a certain level of what am I trying to say? But pretty much they control how healthy we are.
And that's scary. And that's scary. So, Brother White, I wanted to lead in with that. And I know you do the research. So break down, why is it important to know these things? And pivot into how important it is doing what you are doing there on those acres in Cleveland.
Can I just say this too, just really quickly, because I really didn't know. I understand what 1 acre, the size of 1 acre. 1 acre is 43,560 square feet, and it can also be compared to 90% of a 100-yard long by 53-yard wide American football field. That's just 1 acre.
That's 1 acre, and he owns 250,000 of those.
So he owns 250,000 football fields.
Right. Across America.
America. Just so y'all can go. And then thank you, brother
White. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you also think about it in terms of those little George Washington dollar bills we have in our pocket and how much more of those he has than we have as well. So, it's just the kind of things we have to consider when you strive for power and access to resources. We have to ask ourselves, for what purpose? These are the kind of things that, only science fiction novels used to be, made of. When you hear, a guy that needs that much land or that much of a resource or that much of access to the people, what are they trying to do for real? So at the end of the day, we find ourselves at a time in human history where we have to kind of go back in order to really move forward as a people. I'm talking about going back and re-embracing some fundamental principles like what grandma used to teach us and grandpa, when they tell you how to put your hand and feet in the soil and how to, seek, the source of your strength from the land in which you draw your strength from, and so you had to feed the land like you fed yourself, but because of the mentality that we have as Americans today in this disposable society, we into using everything. So we want to use the soil up. We just throw something out there and expect to take, and we don't even want to put back.
Yeah.
But the relationship of farming is a reciprocal relationship. You only give, like the land only gives you what you give back in return. It's a reciprocal relationship, so to speak. It's like the laws of relativity. You reap what you sow. I mean, no pun intended, for real. But what you put in the land is what you're gonna get out the land.
Yeah.
And it causes you to remain humble, because one thing for sure is that the Creator is the one who governs all things. And so when we look up and with all of our know-how and all our technical savvy, we feel that we should put something in the ground and it's supposed to just come up. Well, that's a lot of arrogance, because there's so many dynamics that come into play, between the germination of a plant and the harvesting of that same edible plant, that it really is a blessing to be able to harvest something. You can't take that for granted. And so every good farmer that has got to be humble. An arrogant farmer is not a good combination. And so when you think about guys like Bill Gates, when you think about these major corporations that sit, and they rule in that corporate industrial complex, only to try to make our lives, useful to them in terms of like a battery. We like the little power cells that power this world. We're a battery in the back of this beast. And so they're looking to use us for whatever they can. But at the end of the day, we have to maintain, our agenda. What do we want as a people? And how do we plan on protecting our lives? Yeah. And so like to your point, Brother Sadiq, what is it about this food, these things we ingest and what we put in our mouth, and how does it protect us? And so one thing we know for sure is that, food is our medicine. But those who know that also know that food can also be a way to trick you into illness and disease as well. Yeah. And this is what we find happening today with our people. We've been tricked into disease. We're eating all our vegetables and our fruit, but our fruit today is empty. It's bereft of a lot of the vitamins and nutrients that we used to have in our foods, our fruits and vegetables. And so because of all of this techno farming and all of these types of ways in which, we find ourselves able to obtain food on our tables today through these stores. But, the stores it's just a business deal. There's no love involved. They don't care. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, they're going to give you the best looking food that they can possibly find. Not the most nutrient rich, because that's not a criteria. The people don't even demand that, They're not even looking for that. They just want a nice looking piece of cabbage or a nice looking, apple, or a nice looking, but at the end of the day, anybody who's lived long enough and has been in many places on this earth can tell you that the fruit don't taste like nothing like it used to. Man, it tastes nothing like it used to. The vegetables taste nothing like they used to. Yeah. So we know that the soil no longer possesses what it used to deliver that taste.
So, Brother White, let me just jump in. I think because what you said is so important, right? We're concerned with the aesthetics. Yeah. How your banana looks, how your right. There's no nutrient discussion, and I'm really stuck on this United States Senate document, right, number 264. Right. This is written and presented in 1936. Right. And I just want to read this part because I find, especially since we were talking about before you came on, we were talking about being disease victims. Right. This idea that we have no responsibility in catching disease. It's like you go to the roulette table and whichever one drops. Right. That's the one you get. Right. But this admission, I find, it says right here, this is written in 1936. This is a United States unclassified Senate document, and it's speaking about the lack of nutrition or nutrients, right, in soil. It talks about soil erosion, and it's talking about all of America's farmland in 1936. And here's what they say. It is bad news to learn from our leading authorities that 99% of American people are deficient in minerals.
99%.
This is 19. So we want to slow down for a minute and just kind of draw some dots so we don't get lost in this, right? Okay. 99% of the American people are deficient, right? And at some point before this, they list the main minerals, right, that the people are deficient in. They're deficient in minerals, and that a marked deficiency in any one or more of these important minerals can actually result in disease.
Wow. That makes that makes sense.
So
if we need to be made up of something, in particular and we don't have it, then we are falling short. It's like not having gas in your car or not putting the oil in the tank.
Exactly.
Crap's you're gonna get a horrible automobile.
So on top of you believing that you're going to the store. Even if you're going to the store, you are getting a tomato. What they've been saying for decades now, in 1936, we're in 2020, so let's 90 years, 100 years, what they've been saying is that the soil is so depleted, so uncared for, like you talked about, right? Nothing in it, and so now it won't yield. So now the zinc, the iron, the magnesium, the potassium, these minerals that your body needs to function and work, right, for your immune system, for all these things, it's not in the tomato that's coming out of the soil as America moved to the agro industrial complex because they started to use pesticides, artificial growth methods, the whole 9 yards. And so now as a total, the United States is mineral deficient.
My mom, as you talk about that, and she's going to be on the show on Thursday to talk about, Nutricide, but she can't. My mom is really healthy. She's been on it with me since I was little. I could not eat Fruit Loops. I could not eat Captain Crunch. I could not eat any of that stuff growing up, right? I had Quaker Oat Squares, and I love them to this day, and I get teased for eating them. But anywho, she's such a health nut, though, but she can't stand kale.
She's anti-kale.
She's anti-kale. She thinks it's too acidic. She doesn't like the flavor of it. She'd rather have, a collard green or, a turnip. And so, but I love kale, though. And so I make it a whole lot. And so she could not wait to tell me
the kale article.
Right, about this article about how the pesticides are in so many of our fruits and vegetables because of the agro-industrial complex.
Right.
She said the top 12 fruits and vegetables that are most deficient and horrible for you to eat are strawberries and kale was on the top. And my baby loves strawberries. So she was like, just make sure that they're organic, when you get them.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy because, even when you're doing what you think you should be doing,
man, they got you.
They still got you.
They got you.
Right? So that's crazy. But I do remember when we grew our own kale, when we grew our own strawberries, when we had our own carrots, our own potatoes, we had cilantro and eggplant and tomatoes. And although I was never a person that, I see my grandmother just eat a tomato like an apple, and I'd be like,
I love
is
tomato.
disgusting.
I love tomato.
Right? But when we grew our own tomatoes,
because they taste different.
And you just trying all of the fruits and vegetables in your garden as they pop up, and I bit into that tomato.
Right.
It was so good.
It's so good.
It was like I was eating not just a tomato, but like I was eating a gourmet pasta dish.
Got it.
Right? Like it was just straight from Rosal's or something. The restaurant. It was amazing.
I got it. And so now that we kind of know the situation, because I think knowing the situation is important. And Brother White, and we say this all the time, our media audience, Facebook, YouTube Live, the people who tune in to What's in It for the Black People Media, and specifically the green side of things, come to take away and to get something. So now that we've kind of set the landscape, talk about the importance of what it is you do there on those acres there in Cleveland, this organic urban farm movement, because it's a lot happening. There's things happening in Chicago. And talk to us about how we can protect ourselves against this nutrient depleted, agro industrial complex mechanism.
Attack, right?
Yes, an attack on the people. Talk to us about that.
Right. So, our whole concept has to do with, creating soil. We create a soil medium, a growing medium that that the foods that are grown in it reflects the nutrient-rich content, of that growing medium. And so we tell people all the time, all of our cities, are possessing toxic soils. You really can't just have a urban farm or urban garden or even a victory garden or backyard garden without paying very, very, very good attention to your soil. I mean, have it tested, because there's high levels of lead, mercury, heavy metals, arsenic, you name it, is in the soil. And what that does is that it synthesizes itself through the plants that you plant in it, and then you ingest it, and then there you toxify yourself. So things like lead poisoning and all of that are very, very likely done by us innocently, growing things ourselves in toxic soil. And so the soil is super important. So I would start there. That's the first thing we do, and from there we teach people how to, from there, grow in spaces and in places that they wouldn't normally grow in. Like we talked this morning about, on your kitchen counter, different things you can do. One of the best things you can do, like I said it before, is grow sprouts. Sprouts are so full of just powerful enzymes, and enzymes are the connectors that our nutrition needs in order to assimilate throughout our bodies. Because in that same document you read from, Brother Sadiq, it talked also about how, vitamins need minerals. Without minerals, vitamins cannot be appropriated throughout the body. It's actually like the messenger that sends the nutrition throughout the body. So other than that, we take vitamins and all we get is expensive urine. We're not able to have the nutritional benefit be absorbed into our body because we're not
urine.
Exactly. And Americans have the most expensive urine, but we have to have a holistic approach to nutrition. And I think I told you last time about how it's so important to have raw items, in your daily meal. Sometimes we even have and things of that nature in order to have foods that possess a nice enzyme, right? And electrolyte content. See, because above 118 degrees, those sensitive enzymes are destroyed. And so when you cook your food, sometimes you do cook away, you always cook away some nutrition. And that nutrition is that enzyme, those things that are very, very important at the cellular level. And this is why sprouts are so important for us to ingest. Something we can do on our kitchen counter any time of the year, even in the dead cold of winter. Brother and sister, you can take and create a whole, smorgasbord of all kind of sprouts, alfalfa, red clover, fenugreek, you name it. They can be laid out, and you can eat good, hearty, and be well fortified in the winter.
Ron, is this stuff just kind of blowing your mind right now?
It really is.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there looking at his face. He's like, what? When you start breaking it down that way for people, for all of us to really kind of get and understand, if your vegetables are over a certain temperature, then they've lost everything of value. Real quick, I just also want to say, Shaka Strong said, brother was at Taste of Vegan when the festival was at CSU, right?
The Ridall was there.
Yes. And then Stacey Myers says, wow, this is good info. And she also loves kale.
Oh yeah. I'm a kale lover too.
I want to speak to that kale piece. When you talk before about that kale and that strawberry, one of the main reasons it's like that is because those are like cash crops right now. We make them so very, very popular because they are good. But at the end of the day, all we're really concerned about, or all they're concerned about, is getting it on our table. The way it got to our table, it's a process that they make so toxic. But really, when you locally grow your foods, you ensure their safeness. Saying that you can't grow everything, we understand that, but this is why you have to have networks and co-ops and work together with those who want organic produce, because organic food, it means that, see, just like if your apple is toxic, you can peel that apple. You can't really peel that strawberry like that. You can't really peel that kale like that. You follow what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that certain things are always organic. Your berries should always be organic. Berries should always be organic because the toxins they penetrate the whole fruit.
Wow.
So go ahead, bro.
Wow.
No. This is I'm just reflecting on when I go over the shows, or Cassie and I talk about it, or I'm booking guests, I'm always conscious of, am I staying in just kind of my zone, right? Am I presenting this show because I like the information, or am I presenting the show because it's something that we need to know? So I stay self-reflective when we are bringing information on the green side. And I truly believe that this is a conversation that we all need to be involved in.
Yeah.
And the reason is because both of my parents, all of my aunts and uncles who passed away, and I'm talking about in my nuclear family, all died of diseases that they ate. right? And so we kind of brought the term out today. It's something that I talk about it in closed circles because it is a hard sell to get people to accept responsibility, and we end up becoming disease victims.
Yeah.
And we don't even know it, and we're walking around, but what we eat, from the strawberries to the potatoes, to the way they're prepared, all of this is extremely important information. And I'm just, I'm a student. I'm taking notes right now because it's something that we need to be discussing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something that we absolutely need to be discussing. So what I want to do, go ahead. Go ahead, Brother White.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I wanted to give you a chance to make some last comments. We've got a minute before we go to the break, but I wanted to say to our viewers out there in Facebook and on YouTube, when we go to this break, get your pens out, get your paper out, invite somebody back to the conversation when we come in at the 2:00 hour, because we're going to talk a little bit. I told you this when we talked yesterday, Brother White. I want to talk a little bit about COVID, and not from a fearful standpoint. I don't want to fearmonger. This is not whether you get the vaccine or not. This is what are the practical things I can do at home using food to provide additional protection so that I'm not a disease victim.
Yeah, and then Magana has a great question too. So
okay, so we want to do that we want to have his question on the other side of the break.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what we want to do, Brother White, is we want to take this break. We want everybody out there. We need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
right now. Bring some people back. This is an important discussion because we at this point refuse to be disease victims. All right, you're on the green side of things with Sadiq
and Cassiopeia,
and we'll see you on the other side.
WIFTBPM. Welcome to Inhale, Exhale, you guys. We're your health home girls, Dr. Tanks Lee and Danny Time. We are being joined today by a guest, Samantha Allen, who's going to work with us today about attachment styles.
Preoccupied, anxious, that's more so a child that comes from a background where the parent or the caregiver was kind of all over the place. You didn't know what you were going to get, so you were clinging to them when you did have their attention, because sometimes I might have it, other times I might not. Because that, it creates an anxiousness in the child, whereas when I get your attention, I want to hold on to it. I want to make sure, so I might cry when you leave, or I always want you around. I'm craving your attention. Mother-father relationship, the father passed away, now the mother is over busy, she's working all the time, she doesn't have as much attention as she once had for the children, so now this created an anxious attachment style. Those adults grow up more, considered more clingy in relationships, always wanting attention or feeling like I need to make sure we're okay, fear abandonment, fear that we might be breaking up or you might be leaving me alone, so I might check in with you more often, I might call you more. I just need to be assured that everything is okay with our relationship. That anxiousness part is the anxiety of the relationship, of always thinking something might be going wrong. If I called you, you don't answer. Are you upset with me? What did I do? Let's figure this out. Let's work this out. You're always kind of on edge about where your relationship will go.
You get a piece of paper, write down the event, the thought, emotion, and then logic. So in this case, say that your boyfriend didn't text you back. Okay, that's the event. What is your thought? Oh, well, he doesn't care. What's your emotion? I feel unworthy. What's the logic? Well, maybe he's asleep. So you gotta do that. That's addressing some of the symptoms. But overall, you want to engage self-love and self-discovery, right? And just kind of reprogramming your subconscious.
You proved me wrong. This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, babe. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you, baby. You're in my command, hey. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'll go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. I want a life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special. No need.
In line between being a genius and insane. God, immortal. Yeah. Every minute I fight with lethargy, striving to be godly with an intelligence quotient that exceeds numerology. Scholar body honorary, school of prophet alum, anthropomorphized lessons so I could become the heartbeat of righteousness. The everyday fight to pump the blood of kings and breathe the breath of life. Moving up like Confederates and Yankee territories in the 17th century. But it's a thin line between divinity and iniquity. The Mason-Dixon hidden and complacent decisions can't escape the collision. Time be idle like Billy, party like a rock star, fall like that girl that used to endorse Trim Spa or Nirvana's lead vocalist, the clientele of the dream merchant like Mr. Chappelle. People think I'm sick in the mind and leave the comforts of Babylon behind and book flights on airlines to Africa.
Hey, welcome back. It's the green side of things with Sadiq
and Cassiopeia.
And we are so glad to have you all here. We are having a in-depth, needed conversation. And we kicked off at the 1 o'clock hour talking about not being disease victims. And I'm enjoying the fact because in a sense what it is we render our power to something that we don't understand.
Yeah.
And we literally become powerless. And so we see the abundance of Walgreens, CVS, dialysis centers, healthcare centers, the vans that take people. What is it? The SCR vans or CS? Do you know the vans I'm talking about? The white vans with the blue writing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Ron, have you seen those vans? They're like transport for people who can't get back and forth to their appointments and stuff like that. It's a
I forget what they call. But
but they have the SCR or something like that. I don't know what it stands for, but it's on the side of the vans. And I see them all the time because they have a contract with the gas station on 95th, right next to Jewel. And so they all, black drivers, black people, they all fill up there. So I see them all the time. But the conversation is, man, what can we do to to not be disease victims, not just to take some control back, right?
Yeah.
And I think food is a huge part of that. So, we're talking with Brother Mark White. Is he?
Yep, he's back. Yeah.
He's back. So let's put him back on the screen. We got a couple questions. There were some people who put questions in the comments. We want to lead off those, and then I want to go into this brief COVID conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Brother White, are you back? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, wonderful.
All right.
Cassie's got a couple of questions.
Yeah, we got some great viewers that has got some questions for us from YouTube and Facebook. And real quick, let me just ask my YouTubers, because Facebook, y'all on it. I get it. I see y'all liking and y'all commenting and sharing. It's equal. We got some really great YouTube watchers today. Thank y'all for joining us. Just please make sure that y'all hit that like button too. I see it's 19 y'all watching. We need some 19 likes out there. But I'm going to go ahead and hit this first question from Maganael Logan. And he's asked, even though markets or stores say they sell organic fruits and vegetables, how can we know?
Well, there's a certain level of traceability. Most of the items that you find in your stores have a little bitty sticker on them, and the sticker has a number, and that number goes back to a farm or a sourcing distribution house. And that sourcing distribution house can connect you with the grower, and from there you can do your research. So oftentimes when the E. coli would break out, that's how they found and was able to trace back to those farms because of those little numbers on there. So you should always make sure you have that on your items.
So how do we know the difference between a GMO fruit and an organic fruit?
Well, to just look at it straight, you really can't, and that's part of the game. And this is where we lose out all the time because look, our people, it's hard to even recognize the devil. Let alone the wrong piece of fruit. So for many of us, we deceived all day long, and they make a career. They make a career out of deceiving us.
Yeah. I've heard, though, that if it starts with a 9, if that number starts with a 9, that it's organic. Is that true? Or do you, like you said, you have to literally...
Yes. And at the same time, it has traceability. So it's directly connected. So you can go online, put that number in, you can trace back and begin to do your research from there. So that's easy. But at the end of the day, unless you're testing that soil, walking through the process with the people, it's a trust level. And for me, my observation is that trust is gone. Trust is gone in amongst a lot of from our people to these organizations and corporations. It's hard to trust them. It's really hard because a lot of the standards are double standards. And when it comes to us, we have a history of being abused and taken advantage of by these systems. But at the end of the day, nobody knew more about growing food than Black folks. And I think that we have to kind of go back to that, just being a slave. Okay, that's one thing. But the knowledge base firsthand of knowing the soil, knowing the conditions, understanding, growing and that relationship, it was key. They came and got us because we were good at that. And so now we got to kind of go back in order to move forward, reach deep inside of us and not cling on to the stigma associated with farming. We talk about all the time that, people think that we're trying to get them to pick cotton, in the city. And it's not about picking cotton in the city. It's about, choosing life, from where you live, to put your hands or feet in the soil and to reemerge, better, healthier, more invigorated, more lively. This is what it's all about.
I say.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. We got another question from Hattie McCutcheon. Maybe that's it. McCutcheon. What is the best place to get real seeds, and how do you get good soil?
Well, you have to become a member of certain farmer network, Black farming network.
Okay.
Of farmers who work together. A lot of times they're not advertised because again, it's a collective, it's a network. You can start your own network. You can begin to grow your own foods and collect your own seeds as well. There are some houses that I do know are reputable. It's a place called Fedco, which is a very, very good seed house. But I would advise everyone to put that at the top of your priority list. Seeds should really be purchased earlier than later. I would definitely get as many seeds as I could now before just waiting, because there's a turnover. And just like the fruit and vegetables, it's hard to see an organic seed or an GMO seed. How do you know what it looked like? I mean, how can the average person recognize it? You really can't. And so you have to kind of know the source of where your food is coming from to know where your seeds are coming from.
Wow, that is Yeah, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. So I have a question to go with the seed piece before we go into these COVID tips. But because I do a little amateur organic farming, right? So my question is, once I know that I've got decent crops, so I'm growing my kale, I'm growing my tomatoes, they're organic. Can I create my own seed bank from the vegetables that I'm growing?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Wonderful.
you can. You definitely can. And it's a good practice. It's good to start there and to maintain that. The thing is that, you know, I'd say seeds are those that have been for a few generations, 3 to 7 generations. So if you can keep your seeds and continue to regrow them, then keep those seeds, then regrow those, etc. And then after you get past that third or fourth generation, that they would have taken it and created certain adaptations to assist you in growing them based on the weather, based on where you are, based on the temperament. All of those things are part of the intelligence of the seed. And this is why it's so beautiful to watch nature, because God has instilled within each seed, a memory of what it's supposed to do, and it functions obediently to the point. Every leaf on that tree, every piece of fruit was pre-programmed in that seed. That's cold. That's cold. I mean, you can't get no better than that.
That is. Well, we did a really big farm in our backyard for like 5 years, and those we saved all of our seeds, and I just got like one of those bead boxes that like your daughter.
Can I get some seeds, G?
Right.
They're gone. I know. Like once we kind of after that last year, and then the black mold kind of got really big, we weren't able to, because we would sit out there all day long tilling the soil and picking and attending and sipping lemonade and talking to it and having a good time. Like it was a lot. It was one of the most beautiful times, ever. But once we kind of got into, the business and everything, then we just kind of lost track, and then I lost.
We gotta get back to the soil. We gotta make a point this spring, summer.
Yes.
We gotta get back to the soil.
So I got a good green thumb. I'm actually pretty good.
So Brother White, and I know because we'll be running up against. I know you've got to go soon, and we thank you for your time. But give us some tips. Give us some things. You talked about growing spaces and places, right? You talked about the kitchen counter, but give us some really practical things that we can do to boost our immune response, right? Because the world is happening. There are things happening around us, right? And people are in this COVID conundrum, right? Do I take the vaccine? Do I not take it? What can I do? I want to boost my immune system. They're running out to buy all these supplements. But there are things that you can do at home so you don't have to have expensive urine, right? As you put it. So what can we do? What can we do at home to help detoxify and build ourselves so that we won't be disease victims?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I would start here, with one word off the top: chlorophyll. Those things that possess chlorophyll. See, because chlorophyll helps oxygenate, your cells in your blood. Another word for cancer is oxygen deprivation at the cellular level. And, we're talking about COVID, but see, you can't forget about cancer and all the other things. They're all relative. It's really only one disease. And that's toxicity and acidity in the body, and it leads to all these other, diseases. So I would say, your green leafy vegetables on the front end to make your smoothies and to make them with a fibrous combination of different fruits and things that you can put in a good way to kind of get it in, and another good thing is sea moss. Now, sea moss is said now, it's stood the test and it's passed the test that now the FDA is saying, it does help with COVID. And so again, I just got an article my guy sent me the other day on how sea moss is said to help relieve the symptoms of COVID-19. Now that's on record. So I got the document, and we'll share that later too, bro. And so those things on the top there. Also, again, many of your foods that help to alkaline the body. See, because the alkaline condition is really the best condition for the body to be in, because it repels disease. It repels any type of disease. Even though we know and understand that virus is different, because virus is not living. Virus is a dead morphing, organism. It's almost like an alien. Still the jury's still out on this virus piece. I'm just going to tell you. But at the end of the day, all you can really do is protect your temple.
Right.
With a mindset that's about life and living. See, because if you're living and active for a redemptive cause, then how would you say? Then you really can't be destroyed. You really can't be destroyed when you're activated with some universal principles and some forces on this planet and in this universe that are eternal. Then you would also become eternal. With that, and that's one of the strongest things that you could ever really do, man. It's just so agriculture connects you with the soil and with all these eternal things. I mean, how ancient is soil? How ancient is water? There's no new water. Water, even rain it's just old water that's dissipated up into the atmosphere and come back in the form of rain and just continue to recycle. It's all ancient stuff, and we have to address it like that and look at these things with that type of respect. And if we fortify ourselves with this, these will protect us, from these diseases that are sent to kind of call humanity right now. You talked about Bill Gates before. He a chief guy. He trying to call humanity, and we definitely see that. But they calling more than themselves. They calling us. And so for our people, the indigenous inhabit this planet, whether it's America, Africa, or anywhere on this planet, we, the Black and brown people, are the foundation of life, on this planet. And you really can't destroy us like that. But there's an active enemy force seeking to do that. So eat your vegetables, drink your chlorophyll drinks, get your sea moss in, and do everything that you can to love your neighbor as yourself. And you see how I say it like that, because loving yourself is so key, because you can't love your neighbor if you hating on yourself.
You can't.
Everybody got a self-hate problem. We got to love ourselves and love our brothers and our sisters. That's what it's going to take to get by.
Yeah. I got a quick question before you go. Shout out to Chrissy and Shaka and Alvin out there. But Boosie has a question, and she says, I missed Boosie says,
yeah, she takes sea moss in pill form. Should she be using another form?
Yeah, should she be using another form of sea moss?
Well, yeah, I think in drinks, it's a good way to ingest it. We make a super drink up here in Cleveland with sour sop and sea moss combined with like a pina colada format, and people just get it in that way. I can't even keep enough of that. So that's a good way to really, really get it in. Other ways, some people just really kind of advocate making a gel and just spooning it in like Jello. You have to develop a taste for it, and but it's not really a bad taste. It really doesn't taste like anything. Pretty much after you kind of get the saltiness out of it.
Yeah.
But it's a relationship. Develop a relationship with it and be creative. It's like we was created with all that garbage. We was created with that milk and that cream cheese. We was created with that buttermilk. So let's get creative with this sea moss and see what it do.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
I love it.
That's super dope.
So listen, Brother White, we have to have you back. This is an important conversation. Every time we get more than excellent participation from the What's in It for the Black People media audience, for those people that love the green side.
Yeah.
Great questions. And so we want to say thank you to you. Give our love and blessings to the Ridall staff. We love what you all are doing down there. Just before you jump out, just give us the acreage, right? To just give us a little bit on the farm where people can find you, because you're the largest urban farm in America and you're Black owned, and I love that.
Yeah, and shout out to our co-founders, Kemon Durden and Randy McShepard, and Damon Forche for the powerful work and spearheading this project in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a 15.5 acre project in the city of Cleveland that's in Cleveland's urban agricultural innovation zone. That's in the central neighborhood, the same neighborhood that we share with Cleveland Clinic, the #2 healthcare provider in the world. That project is really developed as a demonstration site to show and demonstrate what's possible in the urban core community, fighting food deserts and a devastating, how would you say, a disparity of life expectancy of 29 years between the people who live there and those who live in the immediate area. 29-year disparity there. And so what it is that we do is try to help provide people with the kind of ammunition that they need to fight against this nutricide. It's genocide at the nutrition level, because when you remove all the good healthy food, what are people going to eat? they don't have vehicles like that. So they're going to walk to the closest store, which is the gas station, and buy some chips or some cookies or some soda or some more sugar laden, substance that's going to continue to, erode their body, even worse. And so the Red All Green Partnership is basically set up to demonstrate how to grow fruits and vegetables. Also, commercial fish farming through aquaponics. We do that as well. We teach with a very robust educational program with workshops where we educate people around the world, and not just on Zoom and through this latest COVID piece, but just even prior. For the last 10 years, we've been teaching people all over the planet our regenerative perspective on agriculture, because, we are the plants, and our mind is the soil. And for us, we need to have a fertile ground to plant the seeds of righteousness that we can grow a new humanity for our people. That's where we at.
And you know what? And I'm saying this, and we can talk about this later. But I really would like to this summer do a small project. Cassie got enough on her plate, so she's probably gonna say yes. And then when we get in the car, she's gonna be like, Sadiq, I don't have time for that. But I would like to do something in Chicago maybe this summer between the Plant-Based African, Ridall, and the Black Mall, and just call it Eat Well. And what I mean by that is we do enough talking about food deserts and we got to go to gas stations, but there's so many vacant lots in the Black community, and all we need is a couple of seeds and you can eat well.
Yeah.
Right. And so we need to just change our viewpoint of what food is.
Yeah.
And we need to protect ourselves because nobody's looking out for us. Bill Gates is not looking out for us. The USDA is not looking out for us. The government of the United States. So we have to not be victims, and we really have to take our destiny into our own hands. So, Brother White, I can't wait to catch back up with you.
What's the website again?
Yeah, what's the website?
It's www.greeninghetto.org. That's greenintheghetto.org. GREEN. No, it's not the, but it's GREENGHETTO. It's greeninghetto.org. Right.
Got it. greenintheghetto.org. Thank you so much. All right, we appreciate it. I know you got to go pick up your daughter.
Love your people. Love yourself.
Likewise. Love you much. Peace.
Wow. That's dope.
Super conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Super conversation. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Man. So how you feel about that? How you feel about Eat Well?
Man,
we can partner with some people. We don't have to do it all ourselves.
I know, right? Definitely gonna do that. You gonna be trying to carry me to a whole bunch of meetings and stuff like that.
No whole bunch of meetings. We gonna hey, listen, you all. If you tuned into that conversation and heard my last comment, and even if we only do 2 spaces, it's 2 more spaces where we can eat well. It's 2 more spaces where we can be proactive instead of reactive. It's 2 more spaces where somebody can come get some beans, some kale, some tomatoes, some onions, because you'd be surprised what you can grow in a small space.
Oh, absolutely. You can grow a whole lot.
And we need to have this conversation more, even if we just do not so much just the spaces, but even if we do some talks about Eat Well, and we invite Ridall in, and we the Plant-Based African and Wiftaba Media and the Black Mall sponsor the talks, because we've got to continue this conversation.
Absolutely. It's got to become just a lifestyle. I see you, Alvin, though. Alvin is, always here, loyal, commenting, having, a great time with us. I just want to talk about your 2 comments. I see you on these Fela quotes, right? Talking about some expensive shit, talking about the expensive urine.
Right.
What? You want to look at my caca?
Right.
My doo-doo? Oh, what is wrong with you? Y'all got it. You had to see the Fela.
You got to see the Fela piece.
Play in order to know what I'm talking about. And then he says, instead of the ice cream truck, we can have the vegan truck, plant-based meals on wheels.
We got that. We're gonna work on getting maybe a plant-based African ice cream truck this summer. We're gonna work on a lot of stuff. We need it, Cassie.
Yeah, with that crazy Calliope song playing.
Oh, yeah. Ice cream! The ice cream man is coming!
We got all vegan treats.
Right. Throw that change down there.
It'll be the best vegan.
And get your father toasted almond bar and bring me back my change.
You better come back with that change.
You better come back with that change from the ice cream man. But no, that was a great conversation, and we're going to kind of continue to have these sessions where we really address food, because food is so tied to disease, and our community really is disease ravaged.
Absolutely.
No doubt. And we kind of skip over it. You know what I mean? Like, we have parties in between the disease.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and in your whole Facebook timeline, everybody's mad at the disease.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's stop reacting to the disease. Let's start having the conversations that we need to have, so that, we're just not falling prey to this and that.
And then I have a question, right? Tell everybody, what's up, sissy? I see you, girl. How do we have a
Bomb
better
tacos.
Conversation? Right? What is the best way? Like, Ron, what helps you like kind of switch over? What kind of what is
So let's do this though. How was the conversation today for you? Did you find it interesting?
Yeah, I found it real, because I'm one of those people. I'm what you call a disease
victim.
I'm a disease victim. And like Cassie said, like my physical is like
unassuming.
Yeah, unassuming.
Yeah.
Like, you would think. And
That you were healthy.
Yeah, you look fit.
How
you
you
look
stay
good.
so fit? And I used to brag like, man, I eat whatever I want. I do whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really not. That's really not the cause of why. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna name the sister or whatever, but I have a degree.
It's not
of
Maggie,
separation.
is it?
Maggie.
No, I'm just
a degree of separation with this woman, and she's thin. And she went in the hospital. And she was in the hospital for like a week, and no one knew what was wrong with her.
Yeah.
They kept trying to figure it out, and then it ends up they're like, "Oh, well, we really don't know where your pain's coming from, but we're gonna remove your gallbladder."
Wow.
And so now she ended up having to have surgery for that. And she's a thin, very thin woman.
Well, I think people equate thinness with health.
Yeah.
And they are not synonymous.
Yeah.
Because you're
not.
thin. Absolutely
really
not,
not.
right? And so that's where you get into the whole body shaming piece and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
a person who's not thin, right, there's some obvious things you can point to.
Right.
But it's like, to me, it's the story of the guy that was the trainer for The Biggest Loser. Can't think of his name, Bob somebody, right? But he was the trainer. So he was not just thin. He was jumping up and down and dragging the people, or not dragging them, but taking them through this process. And he had a female co-host, like it was Bob, and he had this really athletic lady, and they were both, because they would have teams, right? The Biggest Loser was his team show. And he had one team, and she had another team. But, Bob is doing heart attack medication commercials.
Oh, wow.
And he's doing them because you can't see your arteries clog. So you being thin has nothing to do with your level of internal health. And so these are the conversations that we have, but it all starts with what it is you are eating, how you eat it, where you get it from, and then, what's been done to it. And we don't have that conversation enough.
Yeah. And everybody out there that's watching, thank y'all for watching. Let us know, what is the best way, to have this conversation so that it doesn't fall on deaf ears, so that people want to receive it and are like, okay, I can start somewhere and, start my journey towards becoming healthier.
We need more like direct marketing. Because it's like when we go into these places, nobody's there telling us to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like he was saying, it's a lot of stuff that we would think is good that's not even good, like vegetables and stuff. So we need more direct marketing for one, because we don't know where to get this information from. If we're not watching the greener side of things or something on What's in It for the Black People Media Network, we really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, that's real talk.
That's real.
That's real talk. Okay.
Stacy Myers asks, I don't see where people can join a mailing list on Ridall's website. So how do they stay in contact?
Do this for me because I have a link to that. Email us at plantbasedafrican@gmail.com. Type that in, and I'll patch you through to Ridall.
Okay. I'm going to type that in there.
plantbasedafrican@gmail.com. Hit us there. Let me know what it's pertaining to, and then we'll hook you with that.
Nice.
Okay. So we want to make sure that you get with them, and
Oh, no, Sissy Perez. Everybody's talking about. She's like, kale is not good for us.
No, that's not true.
Is that right?
That's not true.
The GMO kale is not good
GMO,
for us.
GMO, nothing is good for you.
Right.
It's just that her mom doesn't like kale, so
She
the
just-
argument was shaded. You know how it is when you don't like somebody, you find anything you can.
Ooh, let me tell you about this, Cassie.
Right.
Did you know? She said, "I'm sorry to tell you this bad news."
I'm sorry. But
bad.
no, that's mom doesn't like kale. Period. But kale is good for you. You just need to get it. You need to get organic kale.
Organic kale,
So listen,
yeah.
we're running up against the break,
Yeah.
guys. We still need you to like, comment, and share because we're having an important conversation. We're gonna wrap up in the next half an hour, but we got a couple other important things to discuss.
All right.
So join us. Thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you on the other side of this break.
WIFTV-PM. Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
This is Tori Muhammad, and we want you to tune in to the Tori Muhammad Show that airs here on What's in It for the Black People Media every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We talk and celebrate Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and we talk to some of the best people in the food industry here in Chicago, Black chefs, Black restaurateurs. So make sure that you tune in to us every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. What's up, good people?
Y'all go accept my request on the page so I can do the
Why would we do that? Why would we do that?
I'm trying to do the survey.
Why would we let you in? Why would we let you on the? You talking about the Iswiz Book Club page? No, why would
Nah, we're gonna let you in, Ron. You need to read. I'm with that. I'm definitely put you on.
Somebody please let Ron in the Iswiz. Is it? I thought it was a public page.
I don't know. I don't run it. I
don't know who run it. You got to talk to Shannon and Robin and.
You say what? Y'all group private like it's something special or something.
First of all, it is something special.
ass.
Okay,
there's something special. Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Then you gonna talk it again. Don't get no punishment again now.
Right. They already came in there like, look at her being nice to Ron today. It wasn't gonna last.
You always mess.
I think Asia came in like, for now, like just for a little while.
Just for a little while.
Just for a little while. Just for a little while. Somebody let that man in the page. Somebody let that man in the page, Robin. Please let him in. I said what I said. Herb 2, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Can I talk to you, lady? Just the other day, I ran into a good old friend of yours, and I had to ask her, how have you been? She told me you were engaged and happy. My heart fell to the floor, I know it should have been me, but I couldn't see you with no one else. But I'll believe it. When I see you standing there, I'll believe it. To tell you how I feel, yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. Forever, baby. I thought I was invincible, no one could take my place. I still get funny feelings when I see your face. I know the love we
Yes.
share
Welcome
was
back to the
so
green side of things with Sadiq
Cassiopeia
and DJ LeBron. What's going on, brother? I mean, you just. Is it Tuesday? What is it? What's
Turn up
going
Tuesday,
on? Right.
The club going up on a Tuesday.
Club going up on a Tuesday. Shout out to Sissy and them tacos, man.
Listen, I need another jackfruit joint.
I mean, do we? I don't know if she's still in the audience, but do we
She
flow
is.
through after the show today? Like, what's up with the tacos?
Come,
Oh, did you get
come
your
on.
soul
Y'all
vegan?
bring
Did
me
you get
some
your
back.
soul vegan?
My new
lunch?
box from March?
You didn't. You didn't.
I'm hungry.
Oh wow, I'm hungry too. Ron, I'm hungry, and it's very, usually, I mean, I had an orange, but I'm hungry
Too,
today.
where that lasagna at?
Man. Listen.
Real talk, I'm gonna have to bring it to. I appreciate you bringing, like, real talk. Where that lasagna at?
Listen,
run me the vegan lasagna.
Run
right?
me. Hey, some more
Run me
shout outs.
that.
Thank y'all for watching so much. YouTube, y'all still being a little stingy on my likes. Okay. We had 21 people watching
Maybe that's a
live
YouTube
from YouTube.
thing.
And they ain't just hit that like button on the YouTube screen.
Nah,
okay?
we need y'all to
Give
do
me-
better than that.
Please give me my likes. There's 60 people watching right now. There's only 9 likes. I don't like that. Please give me my likes. Stop being
Please,
stingy.
y'all, because I'm gonna have to hear about it.
Please stop being stingy. I love y'all. It's real simple. Click it. I mean, we're giving value, guys. Y'all in here, y'all listening, y'all watching, y'all doing your thing. Just hit the like button. But question, or actually a shout out from Robert Robbins.
That's my man, Robert. What's happening? Where is he? He's on.
He said, well, he says we are all an Eatnik people. Proud to see my brother out there crushing it.
Oh, what's up?
sharing
What's up?
you
I
in
love
Portland.
it. Is he on YouTube?
He's on YouTube.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's happening, Robert? That's my man.
Like, Kel is just having a tough day today.
Who else
But
is-
Ghana says they done lied on Kel, people.
He mad. I love Kel. For all the Kel people out there.
Yes.
You
And
know.
then Alvin says we may have to do a taste of vegan 2, 3, or 4 times a year.
Yeah, no doubt. Alvin, we're gonna have to draft you. We need a volunteer. It's a
Hello?
lot of work goes into
Right.
that.
Alvin, you gonna be
Yeah,
leader of
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah, all of it. Because
We'll just
it's
do
a lot.
one.
I mean, we be like, after Taste of Vegan, it's like, ugh.
Man, listen, Sadiq he pull out his whip.
Don't tell the people that.
He be like, hey, Cass, you ready? We gotta do work. We gotta do work. Hey, did you do this?
Get
Did
to
you do
work.
that? Get to work. Did you? I need you.
It's all for the people.
It's definitely all for
It's
the
all
people.
for the people. But if you charity event, you gotta, because if something go wrong, but I'm also out there fixing generators in the middle of the event too.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Listen,
So-
out there fixing the generators for the vendors before they come and try to,
Man, because
blow
I
hot
spent
fire.
my money. I need some
How can all these
electricity.
people in the line,
Oh, man.
and my generator went out.
Oh, my
I ain't
God.
pissed. I'm losing customers. It's going down. But
And-
it's a great time.
And to use Robert's terms, yes, we are all Edenic, but when the vendors' electricity go down, they get real black. Real quick. Everybody's real quick.
fast.
Real quick and fast. And let me say this to both
How
of
come
my
y'all don't have?
to my my timeline for Instagram and my Facebook timeline, because CMOS in the healthy world is the new weed.
Or shea butter.
Or shake, because everybody is selling CMOS. I got people that's not even, they not veganish, pepper light. They be like frying this steak, and then they like, I got this CMOS for you.
It's a hustle.
It's a straight hustle. Everybody in my timeline is selling CMOS, like real talk. I'm like, you selling CMOS too? They like, I got the purple, I got the red, I got the gold, I got clear for you. 12 ounce, 16 ounce jars, CMOS.
$100.
So shout out to all the CMOS dealers. I see y'all out there.
I'm becoming a CMOS dealer.
They're a CMOS dealer. So you all, great conversation. I want to bring this up. It'll be posted tomorrow. But this is the plant-based African. You know, guys, March is National Nutrition Month.
Everything got to be, I can't just be Women's History Month by itself, huh?
Well, you know, if you pull up a month, every month has about 30 things that it is the national whatever.
the national month.
It's also
Which
national.
month is it?
It's also National Autoimmune Disease Month. It's National Nutrition Month. It's National Women's History Month. So it's a lot going on. But March is National Nutrition Month. And so we will be doing healing seminars. Our first seminar will be this Sunday. And all this is going to be on Zoom, guys. I'm really basic, right? I'll put the link out. There's no cost. You can come in. We're going to do one.
Basic acid.
Basic, yeah. BAS.
It's
So-
like, and it really spells like base.
Yeah, it's called like that. You see the flag I take, Ron? She like basic ass acidic. Like, I'm trying to help out. Anyway, we have four talks, seminars, whatever you choose, discussions that we're doing. This Sunday, March the 7th, we're doing diabetes.
Okay.
Why sugar is not the cause. Sunday, March 14th, we're doing heart disease, how to stop and reverse the damage. Sunday, March 21st, we are going to talk about Alzheimer's disease, why it's not a result of aging. And then Sunday, March 28th, we're going to talk about COVID and underlying causes.
Wow.
How to help the body heal and protect you.
Come on. So on that first one, you was like, so you said sugar is not the cause.
Sugar
so
is
what
not
is
the
it?
cause of diabetes. It's animal fat.
You were supposed to. You are the worst.
I was supposed to say come in and tune in.
Yes. I was alley-oop.
The alley-oop.
He completely missed the layup.
Thanks for
It
that.
was a layup.
Now
It
Ron
wasn't
is
a
like,
dunk.
now I don't have to attend.
It wasn't a 3-point. It was just
No, y'all,
a
come on.
easy layup.
And the diabetes thing rings so hard with me because I have had and still have so many relatives who deal with a diabetic issue.
Yeah.
And I tell the story of my father all the time. Doctor had him afraid of strawberries.
I can't deal.
And that's, diabetic, you can only have one piece of bread, can't have any fruit, banana's too sweet, like I could just hear it. And so we have these issues that we're dealing with. So tune in, come here to talk. And what we do, or our motto is at the Plant-Based African, is we're giving you the information so you can make a choice. I'm not trying to make you into a vegan. I'm trying to let you
Have options.
and then stand in your choice. So you're like, okay, you gave me the information. I understand it.
So you
stand
don't
in
have
your
to be a
choice.
disease victim.
You don't have to be a disease victim.
If
So
you
you can
know-
march into the doctor's office and be like, I got diabetes and I know why.
And I know why.
And I know why. And I chose
Not a
it.
victim.
Not a victim.
Own it.
Right. Own it. We're going to start owning stuff. And that's
Own
what,
it.
that's why we talk about the natural, the sustainable, and the cultural here on the green side of things. Because we want you guys, we all growing up. I'm growing up with you.
Yeah. Chrissy, what you talking about? Talk about some. I definitely should have been on the call that she had last night. What call? What you talking about?
Yeah,
girl?
put
You
that
had
in the comments.
You
What
had
call?
a CMOS call.
Yeah, what you doing? Is Chrissy selling
She's
CMOS?
like, I got all of it. The red, the gold, the clear, all of it. I'm just playing. Yeah. But yeah, man. Listen. Tori Muhammad said, own it. Own it. Well,
Yeah,
you
we got to
know.
own it, Torre. We got to own it.
You know, he out there. He eating to live.
Right.
I see you, brother.
Host of the Torre Muhammad Show.
Come on now.
Mondays and Fridays.
Yes.
1 to 3 p.m. What's
Right
up, my
here.
brother? Way to tune in.
You know what? When you watch the show, so like when I have the Facebook and the YouTube, screens up or whatever, so we can like watch the comments.
Right.
And when I'm watching the video, it's a slight delay. We got
Okay.
about like 30-second delay or whatever, and then I get I see I'm really animated.
Oh, you are? Oh, yes, you are. That's why you see me sometimes and I'm just like, I'm like, go, Cassie.
My hands is like,
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. But guys, and the conversation today, you know what, Ron, and I really appreciate you for being honest and saying that, you can see where you would be a disease victim, right? And this food conversation we had today. But I just find it, don't you all find it crazy that Bill Gates owns 250,000 acres of farmland in America? I mean, what is going, obviously there's something going on. I'm not even going to say like what is going on, but this is something that we have to pay attention to because food can be used and is being used as a weapon.
so hearing something like one person controls damn near the health of a freaking
Millions.
country. Yeah, it's kind of like asking yourself, why do I exist? It's like the existentialism, and it kind of messes my mind up, and I don't know if I want to go there. Like, that's too much. That's way too much. That's way too much power. That's way too much influence. That's scary. That's
too much.
Scary as hell.
That's way too much. Hey, shout out to, that's my man. Is that Doc? Roland is out there. Shout out to my man. He is a phenomenal. Yeah, we went to school together. As a matter of fact, he's my fraternity brother. So.
Oh, another one of the Blue Five.
Yeah, that's my man. So appreciate his. He eats to live as well, and he's honest with his diet, and he shares on Facebook. So just want to acknowledge you, Doc, for stepping into the room. I really appreciate that. But Mark said he used the term food arrogance.
Yes, he did.
And to me, that was hot.
Because he was talking about you have to be a humble farmer.
Right.
Because, it's a lot of people out here, arrogant. Yeah, that was something profound, but go ahead.
And no, it just, to me, in the whole unnatural, genetically modified, it's like the whole concept of miracle grow. Like you could really outdo nature, right? To me, that's the epitome of food arrogance. Miracle Grow, these accelerators, these things that people can go to Home Depot and buy, and you have no idea what laboratory it was born into and then what is going into your body, because it's presented by all these companies as if it's good for you.
Yeah.
And to me, that kind of is couched in that whole food arrogance, agricultural arrogance, right? And that's what this country has displayed by literally robbing the soil, first of all, of its nutrients, not giving it any type of treatment to replace it, right? We could talk about drain off. We could talk about these pesticides. We could talk about all the stories. Speaking of, Jasmika that was tuned in earlier, she was telling me a story of, I don't get it right or get it wrong, but an older relative, like a grandfather or a grandmother or aunt or an uncle, that was saying, who was a sharecropper, who said when they first started coming out with pesticides, I'm not a smart man or didn't go to school, but if it kills the bugs, what is it doing to me?
Yeah, listen.
And I think that those are that's a real simple statement, but I do think in a certain ways we have become very arrogant in terms of our relationship to the very things that are meant to support us.
Yeah.
Right. So, I thought that was when she was sharing that story with me. That was very, that was a high point.
Yeah.
Like if it's killing the bugs and it's killing this and it's killing that, what does it do for me? So y'all, I got a spoiler for y'all.
Alert.
Yeah, an alert. Right. So I used to love McDonald's fries.
Yes, that's a normal thing.
Well, you got some haters out there to be like, no, I don't like McDonald's fries.
And liars.
But years ago,
people say they trash.
What'd you say?
Two don't like them.
Oh well, never mind. We'll talk to Two. We're not even gonna let him take up.
Strange.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway,
he lives to be critical.
Yes, he's walking opposition. That's my man, though. Shout out to Izwiz, Herb, and Two. But I loved McDonald's fries and have not had them in years because somebody gave me an article and it turned out to be true. Because I was like, how you like? Well, they might be lying in that one.
Yeah.
Let me go get 10 more. McDonald's grows their potatoes because, they're growers who grow specifically to the specifications.
Yeah,
for McDonald's is that large.
You can't,
right?
If you provide potatoes, you got to do it the way they say that you have to grow.
So they grow from modified, first of all, spuds. Then the chemicals they use to accelerate growth and to grow the potatoes, they have to be kept in a silo after they're harvested for a week, and the farmers will not go back in that silo until the chemicals dissipate. And then they can go remove them from the silo and then ship them to the next stage in the distribution process. So guys,
they can't even and then we're eating
eating those potatoes
that the farmers won't even
go
for a whole week.
Cannot go in because the chemical, they have to wait until it dissipates, the levels dissipate. It's almost like when you see a space movie and you can't go in until the radiation dissipates. You got to have on a hazmat suit.
That was like the last thing that I still ate out of McDonald's.
Done. I haven't years. when I read that, done. And that's just an example of how we do not know. So imagine the kids going to school, the Happy Meals, the babies we're talking about, they got ADD and all of this stuff is really food produced. Yeah. But we don't know what's happening. The Flamin' Hots, the McDonald's, I could just go on and on in the conversation, but it's a conversation. I like the question that you asked, like, how should we have this? Because we don't want to drown people out or beat the drum. You know what I'm saying, Ron? How would we be responsible with this?
Yeah, I'm glad you just said that, because my goddaughter asked me to take her to McDonald's yesterday on the way home, and I didn't do it. But the only reason I didn't do it is because I'm trying to teach her now to be responsible with her own money.
Okay.
And buying fast food is a privilege, you know, and that's what I was trying to teach. Like, I'm not gonna buy this for you anymore because I'm giving you money to spend. I'm not gonna also buy you fast food because that's something you don't need.
Right.
And now I'm going to just completely veer off of it.
You're done.
Yeah, she's done completely now.
Yeah, she's done. Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah.
So Alvin says, I still love McDonald's fries. And then he says, first Mr. Potato Head, now McDonald's fries.
Alvin's a wild boy. Thanks, Alvin. We love the fact that you participate in the show. We got some Boosies out there.
Shaka.
Tiger Lily, Shaka.
Lily,
I mean, some regular green side folks. Jazzy's out there.
Yeah.
Man, we just want to say thank you. We appreciate
Crystal
you all.
Rose, Eugene
Crystal,
McIntosh,
go ahead, call them all.
Ganael, Dion, Marquin, Audrey, Miranda, Will Williams,
Oh, that's
Nicole
what's up.
Rogers, Susan Nye Black, D. Griffin, Kaya Button, Bryant Lamar, Remy Ramses, Mary Q. Angel, Kobe, Michael Jones. Yeah, I know all of y'all.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you all took time out at some point to tune in and check us out on the green side of things. And we're working to bring valuable content to you that you can actually apply in your daily lives and not just entertainment sake.
Yeah.
That's not what we're trying to do.
And real quick, Shaka got a little alternative for us. He says, organic sweet potatoes cut into fries and add slap my mama seasoning better than Mickey D's fries. Facts.
Man. You know, my man Eugene McIntosh. What's up, Gino? Shout out to the gods on the soil. Love it.
Yeah.
He and Terrence, you know, they do a fabulous job. I was telling them, and then we got Ron will be cutting us off in a minute. But like, I switched part of my ESPN viewing just to catch On the Soil.
I say.
Right? Like real talk. Why would I watch somebody who cannot reflect me? What's more than professional men, right, that you can relate to from the soil that you grew up on?
Yeah, you got that right.
You know, and especially discussing Chicago sports. Gino, I need to know what's up with this Bears quarterback situation, man. You got to talk about it tomorrow. I'm asking you on the air. I need some answers. I'm tuning in to On the Soil. I need some what's up with the Bears? I know you don't want to. It might be far away. I don't care, man. Y'all got to talk about it. I need that. I need that in my sports info.
Me. I got a good on.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, listen.
What's up?
Don't play with me. Listen, don't do that. Don't do that. It's Women's History Month.
It is. It's Women's History Month. Hey, check it out, y'all. It's Women's History Month. We're having Sister Africa. Yes. She's gonna sit in with us. We're gonna talk about whatever Africa wants to talk about. She's been doing some powerful stuff, you all.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do that, and we're gonna have Cassie's mother on.
Yes, Mama Butterfly. She plays no games. Okay. So
this is real talk, y'all.
Be ready for a treat from my mama.
Please,
no games.
Please tune in for Cassie's mom.
Little light skinned lady that's got all the fire.
And nothing little about her. Let me just say that.
Yeah, nothing little about her personality
at all. I'd be like, "Hey, Mom."
She be ready.
Right, she is ready to go for it.
And another thing, and you shouldn't be.
Yeah,
all day.
She's just like that.
I love it.
So as we wrap up, shout out to all the CMOS weed dealers out there on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate you all, the men and women who are involved in Ridall, the partnership in Cleveland, the largest urban farm in America, black owned, with the tips on how we get healthier, how we get stronger, and we're going to eat well. We're not going to be disease victims.
No.
And so thank you for tuning in to the green side of things. So it's Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we'll see you guys Thursday. Peace.
WI